In this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can install the updated version of Nginx Proxy Manager on Proxmox container. Hello and welcome back to my channel. So I've been receiving a few emails related to the Nginx Proxy Manager. Older script was not working, and also I received a few comments. There were like two, this one, and there was another one. I had to delete that one because it was showing some links, some kind of backlinks. Okay, so let's jump directly to the Proxmox server. So this was the article for the older version of Nginx Proxy Manager where the requirements were a little bit low, and I'm still gonna use Debian 12 for the latest one, and the installation steps were like slightly straightforward. You just update and upgrade, and then you just put in this script and it will start downloading everything. But as the latest version is launched, this script is not working. It's going to give you global error. That's actually because the global directory is not here. So you can see here I have something related to the global directory error as well. Okay, so after reading all those comments, I had to work on my script, and finally I created a script which is working fine. I have like tested it 5 times on different Proxmox servers, and here you can see I have 2 more as well. They're still running. So I'm gonna just go ahead and create a new container, and I want you to see each and every step because it's going to be complicated again if you don't follow all the steps. So main thing what we are focusing on, it has to be unprivileged container, and I'm going to use number 153, and host name you can give it whatever you want, but make sure that's going to be your host name. So if I use Nginx and I use my domain, let's say zonersolutions.com, so then I have to forward with this subdomain nginx.zonersolutions.com, so I will be able to access it over the internet. So let's say I'm using nginx dot dash zs and then give it a strong password. And once again, make sure unprivileged container is unchecked, and we will check nesting later because this one is required. And then you have to add tags if you want to, but it's good since we are going to use it for Linux. I have Linux tag in purple color. And then in the next step, use the operating system. And again, I told you we are going to use Debian 12, so I'm going to select this one. And then in the next step in the disk, it depends on you how many hosts you're going to carry on this one. So as my working Nginx Proxy Manager, I used, I guess, 4 gigs, and I have almost 50 hosts, and it's working perfectly fine. But if you think you're going to have like more than 100 or 200, so like always I say, the more is the better. So I would suggest using 10 gigs of the disk space, and you can use 1 core, which is fine, but more is better if you have. If not, then 1 core is fine. And I'll suggest to use 2048, which is 2 gigs of memory. But otherwise, if you don't have enough memory, 512 is fine. It works perfectly fine. Then use your LAN network. And then if you want to set a static IP, you can do that. Otherwise, you can use DHCP to get the IP address from your router or the firewall. So I'm going to use static IP address since it's 153. So I'm going to use 153. And that's my subnet 10.0.1. That's fine. And as I told you, the host name is nginx-zs. And if I'm going to use zsol.uk, that's my test domain. And I can use my personal DNS server. If you're unsure what to put in DNS server, then you can use the Google DNS. And then you click next, and make sure you don't check on start after created because we have to do something after creating this machine. So just make sure you check everything is good using two cores. This is going to be the host name, nginx.js, and this is going to be the search domain, and then click on finish. Okay, after this one is completed, close it, but still don't start your machine. Okay, then go to my website, and I recently, like yesterday, posted the link with all the steps. This is the older one. Don't follow this one. This one is not going to work, and I will update this one as not working. So use the latest one, and yeah, this one you can see I posted yesterday on 26th. So click on that one, and I mentioned everything, whatever I used for the testing machine. 10 gigs is fine, but I mentioned 20 gigs just to be on safe side. And then we're going to, so this is all the steps I mentioned, what we're going to do: privileged unchecked, nesting unchecked in the start. So after the container is created, we are going to open the configuration file in the Proxmox itself. So I'm not opening the shell of this machine. I'm opening the shell of my node. So under shell, I'm going to open the configuration file of 153. So I'm going to use nano editor, and the file is under etc pve, and still as its container, so it should be under lxc, and the number is 153, and hit tab so it will pick the configuration file name. Okay, and then in the end, I'm going to paste these lines. I'm going to copy these, and then I'm going to paste these lines. And sometimes in the browser, it don't work directly with the formatting. If it doesn't work, then use a notepad or something, then copy into notepad and come back. Otherwise, if it's like a straight in one line, it's not going to work. Then I would rather suggest to just copy one line, second line, and third line, and then save it and hit Y. Okay, so the configuration is saved. Now we are going to start the container. So we can start from by right clicking on the container and hit start, or just type the command pct start 153. So that way it will start the machine for you. Okay, then make sure you close it. Don't run the script on your Proxmox. I'm saying everything because recently I received a few comments. Those were like surprising for me. Like, I don't explain every tiny thing on my videos, thinking that the person who's watching my video is smart enough to know that do things like that. But those questions hit me, and I was like, okay, now I'm gonna explain every single step, even if it's tiny. I don't care. Okay, so open the shell of the machine. Just gonna minimize this, and it's always root and the password you set while creating the machine. Okay, so you don't have to do apt update or apt upgrade since I already have it in my script. And then go back to the article. We've done this step, and we're going to use this script, copy and paste here, just to make sure it's ending with bash and starting with wg. And this is the link of my script, and I'm gonna hit enter on that one. And I'm not going to pause the video recording. It will take 2 to 3 minutes, but just for you guys to make sure if everything goes smoothly like this one is going, and if it shows in the end everything went well and you can access your server using this IP address and the port number, and then there is a message in the end. I'll show you that. Okay, now you can see it took like 2 to 3 minutes, and I didn't pause the video recording. it was running as it is. If you see everything like this, access it via this, then simply copy this if you're lazy like me, and then paste it here. Otherwise, you can type it, and there you go. Now you have the latest version of Nginx Proxy Manager installed on your container. So with the older version, it was like always npm at default.com, something like that. But with this one, you create your admin account first. So you give your full name, your email, password. So let's do that. I'm gonna put my full name and my email address. And some random password, and click on save, not now. Okay, so this is the interface. You can like add users, more users, and for where is the SSL certificate portion? Yeah, here it is. So for certificates, you can add certificates from Cloudflare, what I will show you in my upcoming video, or you can use Let's Encrypt. And under settings, you have congratulations page. Like if I just type the IP address 153, it's going to show me just a congratulations page. So you can change that. If you want to use any custom HTML, you can type your code here, or you can just redirect to something, or you can set no response or 404 page, whatever you save, it's going to show you on that IP address. Okay, yeah, other stuff I'll show you in my next video, how you can add hosts into your Nginx Proxy Manager. But this video was specially for a few viewers of my channel who sent me email and commented on the post. Also, I had a few comments on my video as well. And thank you so much for the support. And if you want to support me more, I would suggest you guys to subscribe to my channel, like the video, or if you want to really support me even more, you can go to donate.zonutsolutions.com and you can buy me a coffee. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.